Cooking for as long as I have, I always love potatoes. I always have potatoes on my menu, whether it's French fries, baked potatoes, or potatoes liégeoise. Potatoes are very easy to evolve into a variety of different textures, shapes, dishes. It's easy to substitute potatoes into dishes that would normally be made with wheat-based ingredients to make them gluten-free. So we spiralize our red potatoes, blanch them in some salted boiling water, cook them for about 4 minutes until they're perfectly al dente. Mix that with our sauce, some fresh basil and Parmesan, and we have a great substitute that's gluten-free for spaghetti. The potato noodles have a perfect texture, and they contain as much, if not more, essential vitamins and minerals as the regular grain-based spaghetti. I grew up in a French kitchen, so my background is based in French cooking and all the traditional techniques that we use in the French kitchen. Through my years and growing up in California, one of the areas that it has evolved in is that I use a lot more produce in my cooking. This is the salad liégeoise. In this dish, potatoes really do the heavy lifting that would normally be reserved for animal-based protein, while offering more energy than many other vegetables. In this dish, we use frozen baby potatoes and fresh marble potatoes. We first blanch them, then we add them to the rendered bacon drippings for a little extra flavor for this classic dish of haricots verts, hard-cooked eggs, and warm mustard dressing. At Jimmy's, we strive to think outside the box as to what the best alternative for each component in each dish can be. Potatoes are naturally gluten-free, so I use the dehydrated potato flakes with some Parmesan cheese to make a potato tuile. We make a lemon vinaigrette, we mix it with black kale. We slow roast fingerling potatoes. It gives the potato a sweet note and a chewy texture, which adds a nice dimension to the salad. We add some toasted almonds and some dried cranberries to give it a little sweet and salty. Potatoes are great because they have many different textures. You can have flaky, fluffy, crunchy, soft, creamy. Potatoes are also a great way to add a plant-based punch of potassium and complex carbohydrates. So this is our potato pizza. This is a great alternative to a traditional pizza dough. We take our thin potato slices and we dust them with a little bit of the dehydrated potato flake, lay them on the sheet tray, and then we bake it until they're crispy. On top of that, I do a corn sauce that I thicken with a little bit of potato, and then we add sauteed mushrooms, caramelized shallots, and some brie cheese. The potatoes brown evenly and provide the perfect texture, and you don't need to slice this pizza. You can just pick it up by each one of the potatoes, and it holds all its toppings. So this is the potato crusted scallops. For this dish, I'm using potatoes in two ways. First, I'm using the dehydrated potato flakes to crust the scallops and give each scallop a rich and crispy texture. And then we're also making pomme fondant. So we're cutting potatoes to look like scallops, browning them in the pan, and then using them in the plate to augment the scallops. The buttery texture of the potatoes complement the scallops. At Jimmy's, we try to reinvent the classics, and this dish is a great example of that. I recreated the Croque Madame, but with house-made hash browns using frozen potato shreds and dehydrated potato shreds as the bread. Potatoes are naturally gluten-free, and this makes it a great alternative to using bread slices. We used all the traditional fixings to make a Croque Madame, including the ham, the cheese, the bechamel. We took all that, threw it in the oven, baked it. We cover it with a couple fried eggs, and this is just our fun take on a traditional Croque Madame. So this is the charcoal roasted potato. We char these potatoes on the coals, and it looks a little crazy. It looks completely blackened on the outside. But when you cut it open, you get this incredible texture inside with this fluffy consistency and this flavor that's indescribable. We cut them open, add a little caramelized yogurt, which adds a little bit of sweetness, and za'atar spice on top. And it's incredibly simple, but it makes a great dish. So this is our sesame crusted albacore. In this dish, we layer sliced albacore, our baked potatoes, and persimmons. Cover that with a little avocado, our spicy chili oil, a little soy sauce, and green onions. Our guests are increasingly conscious about where we source our proteins, produce, and especially our fish. We're lucky to be based in Southern California, which provides us with the best sourcing for locally caught fish. Potatoes are so versatile, and they can be used in casual or fine dining settings. So in this dish, we're using the frozen mashed potatoes and dehydrated potato flakes. This cuts down on our prep time. We make the crispy potato Canal, serve it with a beurre blanc that's infused with caviar, and garnish it with fresh green chervil. This dish is crispy, it's rich, it's buttery, elegant with the caviar, and you get that nice finish with the chervil flavor. I like this dish because it takes a humble potato and makes it elegant. This is our fried crispy pickles. Pickles are a favorite at Jimmy's, and they're also great drinking food. We pickle the frozen potato wedges with the rest of our vegetables. Then we take those, dip them in the beer batter, and roll them in the potato flakes. Potato flakes make them really crispy, and it really makes for a perfect bar food. So we did this menu to show the versatility of potatoes, whether they're fresh, frozen, or dehydrated, and how they can apply to the menu at Jimmy's or a menu at any restaurant. It allows me to give my guests a unique experience that they can't get anywhere else.